He's really getting on my nerves. Hello everyone and welcome back to Not My Bag. I'm George.
And I'm Lisa.
And yes, you're probably wondering where Joe is. And this is probably for like the first time ever.
Yeah, it is. It's our first one on our own.
Yeah, ever. So Joe is not here. I was about to say he's... no, he's fine. He's on holiday. So yeah, me and Mum thought we'd just do me and Mum. Mum's flown over to LA, left me back at home. You know what I mean?
Don't you think it's quiet though?
Yeah, it is quiet.
So quiet without Joe.
It's just he's very loud. He's a big personality, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's just like really eerie in here.
You look really small outside.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, I've just lowered my chair because I just felt like I was a little bit too...
It's nice of you to actually wear like some colour today as well.
Well, I thought I was going to be on that side. So I'm always told wear a bit of colour because you're in the grey side. You've worn grey and I've worn the bright colours.
I missed the memo. I'm black and grey, same as the set, but you know, you are.
So I'm nice and what's this called? The emerald green.
Lovely. What have you been up to, Mother? What's been going on?
Right, okay. So I'll go from last weekend.
Okay, tell me.
I went to see Barry Manilow.
Oh
now, I know
God,
a lot of you younger viewers and listeners probably never even heard of him, but he was like part of my childhood. He was the one that did Her Name Was Lola. She was a showgirl. That one. Anyway, yeah, it was great.
No
idea.
idea.
He came out. Me and Dad obviously had a few Prosecco's in the car.
No, right. No, they say a few.
We did.
Right, Joe rings me before they even get there and go,
No. Before we got into the show.
Before you got into the show. Okay, right. Joe rung me and went, have you spoke to Mum? I was like, I saw him when they left. He was like, do they drink home? I was like, they have a couple.
We had a couple.
So then Joe rings me and then goes, oh, well, because Mum's just rung me saying Dad's swearing at the barman and all sorts, and apparently you were slurring.
Oh, I wasn't.
Like,
I was just a bit tired.
This is Barry Manilow. You're not going to a rave. You're not going to a proper concert.
We don't go out very much, so I get overexcited.
I know, but you said you went in there and everyone was 80.
Yeah, well, they weren't, most of them, but the bloke messed up the order. Do you know how much it cost me for one Prosecco? All right, it was a nice one, and a bottle of water. Come.
Where?
The London Palladium. How much?
In the London Palladium?
Yes, how much?
20 quid.
30 quid.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Right. So then Dad was really annoyed with the bloke because he gave me a rosé and I said, no, I want it rosé Prosecco. And then he wanted to charge me another 3 quid. So anyway, that was that. Anyway, when we go sit down to watch Barry Manilow, he comes on, he starts singing, and he's like, he wasn't moving.
Is it because he's had so much plastic surgery?
And I actually had to, I was going to say to the lady, can I just borrow your magnifying glass? Because he's singing like that, his face wasn't moving.
Was it fun though?
Oh, do you know what? It was very nostalgic.
Sorry.
You know I hate that.
Sorry, guys.
That's disgusting.
Sorry to our listeners.
And to me.
And Mum.
No, it was very nostalgic and it took me back to being like a very young girl and, you know, dancing around in the living room. And do you know what? I played his music before we went out thinking I wouldn't remember, and I knew every word to every song. And do you know what? I had a few tears in there, but when I turned around, everyone else was crying.
Crying to Barry Manilow?
I know, because it's not him, it's the songs. You know, really nostalgic.
What else happened? What's been going on?
Well, then this Saturday, I went out, my lovely friend Denise said to me, we're going to the races.
The story's so funny.
So I was so excited, got a beautiful dress sent to me from Cara Millen. Thank you again, girls. Absolutely put on my A game, did all my hair, makeup, everything. So we got there, and bearing in mind it was bloody freezing on Saturday. And I thought, do you know what? We're at a polo club. So where is the racetrack? And then when I actually looked at the flyer, it said it was Shetland pony racing. So, monumental, epic fail. Denise thought it was hilarious. And then the DJ, right, went up to him when we'd all had a few drinks. Yeah, he's playing the music. We'd done the auction, had something to eat. Says to him, could you put on Edge of Heaven by Wham? And he looked at me and went, I don't know that song. So I can't tell you what I called him. I said, how old are you? And he went, 40. I said, you should know that Edge of Heaven is one of the most, it's the goodbye song from Wham. And he went, I said, put it in your computer. So I started getting the ump then. He went, nah.
You do this, right, you have a tendency of doing this.
Really, what?
Where were we? And you were beefing the DJ.
No, I had a row with the DJ. My mate's husband's 60th last year. I had beef with him, proper beef.
But Right, so mum says beef, right? It's just mum having a go at them. They're the DJ, they're in charge of the music.
They're not DJs, they've got a bloody computer.
Anyway, they are in charge of the music.
Rubbish.
Mum will go up to them and be literally, she'll go play that song and they go, no, I've got a set list. You'll literally just badger them and go, no, you got to fucking play. Dad said that's what you did.
I did.
You just stood there and was just giving
You know
it
what
to
he
him.
said to me? Something he went, this is my set,
Yeah,
not
fair.
yours. And I went,
Fair.
how rude.
That is so fair.
Yeah, but you know when you're on one and you want to have a good old dance, and we know me and my girlfriends, all the 90s tunes we like to dance to, and he was being a prick.
I know, but you can't.
So was the DJ on Saturday, right? And then he started snogging some girl, and in the end I went up to him and went, oi, get off that. I'm going to have a go on here. I said, you two get a room.
Oh, you're so annoying. You honestly, if I was a DJ and you'd done that, I'd make sure you get escorted out.
Why?
It's annoying.
Excuse me. That's not a DJ with a computer. That is not a DJ. I'm sorry. Your dad's got decks. That's being a DJ. A DJ is not
in his office. Who's he playing to?
himself with his little headphones. Oh, let's go on to your dad. Right. So
Here we go.
Right. So this Joe gave Dad.
You bought props?
No, yeah. Joe gave these to Dad.
Yeah.
And said, would Dad like them? Right. And I laughed and went, Anyway, I've come into him the other morning. Be prepared, people. Be prepared. These are what my husband was wearing. What the hell are these? They look like something out of the Roman Empire, right? And his willy kept falling out of them.
It looks like a nappy.
So his willy was falling out of them. So then, when I've gone to do some dark washing last night, there was a dark brown pair, and there's also a white pair. The white pair looked like a nappy. Who wears undergarments like this?
That is
Would
fucked.
you wear them if Lauren bought them for you?
Nah, that is fucked.
And they're the colour of them. But his little willy was hanging out the side.
I don't need to know that, thanks.
I mean, that's quite a big thing for your bits, isn't it? Yeah.
They are horrible.
I know.
They are Wait, but I want to know, why did Joe get them? Where did Joe get them from?
Joe got them for a prop as an advert, basically. And then he went, I'm not going to send them back their pants. You want them, Dad. And he laughed, but he's secretly been wearing them. I bet he's been posing in Joe's bedroom, taking all selfies and all that.
That's weird, Mum. Can we not?
Well, might. Like you do in there. Pose and take selfies.
I don't live at home anymore, thank you very much. Talking of the house, how is it?
I don't. Right, basically, we are on to I think we're on to week 10 now. Basically, don't laugh, they said it'd take 3 weeks. They've now decided, because of the structure, it's so complex and whatever, that normal roofers can't touch it. We're not having a normal conservatory roof. So we're having a cosy roof.
What does that
mean? Which means it's like it is like a roof, but we're going to have big skylights, but they have to insulate in between the beams we've got, and then they put like these plastic roof tiles on the outside. So it's going to be like, we're going to have a proper room. We're going to have all skylights in it, so it light up.
And how long is this going to take?
Well, basically, they're coming around this week to take the scaffolding down so I can actually get into the back garden. And then after we come back from Cornwall, which is going to be the beginning of July, they're then going to start it then, because we need structural engineers, we need like architects on board. Yeah. So much for it being 3 weeks. It's now been like, it's been 2.5 months over that.
Honestly, going back home.
Oh, excuse me. When have you been back?
Let me just fucking finish.
You have hardly been back.
I have been back.
No, you haven't. I thought you'd be back a lot more, and that's why I'm upset with you at the minute.
I come back once a week.
Lauren wants to come and move in with me.
I come back once a week.
In fact, I think it's not a bad chat.
Which is so fair. I come back.
You come back for a haircut, Joel.
Yeah, and to see you.
Take me out and you can't make me wet myself because it's so scary.
Yeah, new YouTube video out this week.
Yeah, please don't, because I just look hideous in it.
But no, so the difference is Joe will come back excessively for no reason.
No, Joe comes back because he wants to see his mummy.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He loves me.
He comes back and sticks a camera in your face. You know that.
Yeah, but I love him. And
What
I love you, but you.
What about me?
You don't come home very often, so when I do see you, it's for half an hour.
It's not. This is very pick-me behaviour. Thank you very much. We spent the whole day together the other day. And I stayed.
And I cooked you roast dinner twice in 1 week.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I've been back fucking twice in 1 week.
And I come to watch you at the Emirates.
Exactly. So you just pick me.
No, I miss you. What's wrong with that? I miss seeing you.
Well, I would come back more, but obviously you're going on holiday again, aren't you? You're going to Cornwall.
Oh, my.
She's booked Cornwall again, I can't get...
Well, because you know why we booked Cornwall. So, and when there is the option that we don't have to go to Cornwall, we'll be going abroad.
Would you like, when the time...
Aroused?
Aroused?
Oh, all right, George.
When the time comes, right, me and Joe pay for you guys to go abroad.
I would love to. I mean, I'm thinking about maybe going to at the end of September.
Italy.
I'm thinking about going at the end of September. However, we might be busy, mightn't we? Collectively as a family. Right. I need holiday abroad.
Guys.
What's wrong with, excuse me, people, what's wrong with Italy? I love it. It's green, it's moist.
No.
It's not dry like Dubai. The food is impeccable.
I'm not saying that. Hear me out.
Where would you send me then?
Let me just speak.
No.
Guys, seriously, she's pissing me off today. Right, all I'm saying is there is other places in the world.
I love Italy.
But you want to go back to...
Says the boy that goes to Dubai like 5 times a year.
I've been twice.
Yeah, you're going to book again though, aren't you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, fucking let me speak.
Do you know what it is? Because Joe's not here, I can get a word in. I love it.
What I'm trying to say is there is other places to go. But listen. You can go to Italy, but you don't have to go back to Lake Garda.
No, I don't want to go back there.
Where would you like to go?
If you want to pay for me to go, I'd like to go to the Amalfi Coast.
I don't know where that is.
The Amalfi Coast is beautiful, but it's mega expensive. So if you want to pay for me to go
one
there,
of them as well, you have to get like a little boat to it. You wouldn't be able to do that. That's like Sicily or something like that, isn't it?
Like a nappy or something.
Exactly. You are very restricted in what you can do.
See, I'd like to go to the Maldives, but my friend...
You would... Do you know how far it is to the Maldives?
My friend Jane said to me about the Maldives, if you go to the Maldives, you have to go with somebody that you really like, because you're stuck with them for the whole time you're there.
Maldives is like 16-hour flight. And
it's 11.
Yeah, and then with the other little flights and all that, it's a long time.
The only thing I don't like about that is the fact you're marooned.
Do you get touchy over a 3-hour flight to Italy? I know you do.
George,
and Dad,
the last time I went on a flight, I was violently ill.
Okay, and whose fault was that?
Oh, it's the vet's calling.
Whose fault was that? That was yours.
I had sunstroke.
You had sunstroke and was drinking too much?
No, I swear. Honestly, this is on my kid's life.
Okay, well, your friends must have been.
It was so hot when we were in Malta. It was like 43 degrees. And I thought, we're going to be going and we're going to be like, drinking around the pool. I kid you not. It was so hot. We started drinking listen, out in Malta, they give you a glass and it's about that.
Mum done a me, basically. Mum doesn't realise how far things are. Mum didn't realise that Malta was on the equator.
I thought it was Gibraltar.
Yeah, she thought it was Gibraltar, a little island. It's Malta that's like...
By Lebanon.
Yeah, it's
by Beirut.
It's on the...
And it was absolutely
It's on
boiling.
the equator in the middle of the world, basically. It's so hot. And she just thought she was going to Gibraltar, not Malta.
Yeah. So that happened. And then all my friends that day were saying, Lacey, you need to get out the sun. And do you know what I said?
Fuck off.
Famous last words. Probably won't get another holiday for another 5 years, which is actually true. I'm going to get the most of it, but none of them went in the sun. And then the next day I thought, just really don't feel that well. And then my friend was sick. She's had 4 kids. And
we don't need the ins and outs on the flight.
I'm going to need your sick bag. And then I was violently ill for the whole 4-hour flight.
Yeah, long.
It was awful. So that's why I'm a little bit worried about going long haul. However, me and Dad said if we go somewhere really nice, I'm going to do business class.
Oh yeah, treat yourself.
Well, I need to get some more work in, really. But if I'd like to go to Thailand and I want all of us to go as a family. Why can't we go to Thailand?
You just won't. I just know you. I know you're my mum. I just know you won't like it.
Why? Why won't I like it? No, do you know what I wouldn't like? I wouldn't like Dubai and I wouldn't like Vegas.
I don't feel like you would like the street vibe food.
No,
and
I wouldn't
all
eat off the street. The hotels that Denise stay in, she's given me a few.
So you're not going for actual Thailand then? You just want to stay in a hotel and stay there?
No,
you won't venture out?
I want to go on a jet ski.
In Thailand?
Experience
Go Spain for that.
The hippie side of it,
Or do some like mushrooms or something?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, mushrooms with a poached egg would be fine. No, but do you know what I mean? I've always wanted to go to Thailand. It's beautiful.
Honestly, it's the first time I've heard of this and you're my mother.
Yeah, but do you know what? We've never been able to go because you kids, you couldn't take, what would you eat? Chips every day?
Oh, fuck. She calls me kids. I'm 21. I live in a flat. I pay taxes. Stop calling me a child. Actually, yesterday at the bar, I'll touch on this. I went to the Beta Squad versus AMP football match, right? At the bar, we were the only 2 people in there. They got stopped out of everyone and asked for ID, me and Archie.
Well, yeah.
Because we look about
you
12.
got stopped at the BAFTAs.
Yeah, I know.
That woman was a pain in the arse that day.
Okay, anyway, Mum.
Yeah.
I went to the Beta Squad game.
The what is it? Bakers?
Beta.
Oh.
Baker's Squad.
I thought, you go back to I thought,
The Beta Squad and AMP.
What is Beta Squad?
Beta Squad are like a YouTube group. There's like creators all together, create videos, whatever. AMP. I don't really know too much about the American side and stuff like that, but they're massive streamers, massive YouTubers, etc. Like millions and millions and millions and millions of followers, right? They're all come there. We were at Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park.
Yeah, I did see some of the clips.
So we were there, and it was such a good game up until the 90th minute, right? It was all so good. Everything was good. Like they sold it out. It was like 40,000 people there. It was nuts, right? They sold it out. So good. Such a good day. I was with like Fuizzi, star player, like all.
I saw all them at your Arsenal thing. They all looked like
so like
heads.
Yeah, so I was with Danny Aaron's mum and dad, everything like that. Like, it was a really good day. And then the 90th minute came, and one little prick, right, decided to run on the pitch. And then another little prick run on the pitch. And then everyone swarmed. There was security guards tackling people. They were having to like shield them to get them in. Like, because the thing is, right, obviously people go mad. So for example, people storm Man City's pitch, right? It's like, it's a mixture. It's older people, it's younger people. They just want to get on the pitch.
Young.
Everyone was like 15, 16. There was just people running about, like people getting rugby tackled, getting escorted out like in handcuffs and stuff. Like, it was wild. They didn't get off the pitch for at least 30 or 40 minutes.
Where was the security then?
So there was stewards and that, but you know, like at these big games, there's like riot police and stuff. There just wasn't any of that, because obviously I don't think they thought that was going to happen. So it was annoying though, because if it would have gone to extra time, it would have gone to penalties, and then they would have lifted a trophy. None of that could have happened because they postponed the game basically. It's 6-6. They were like, let's postpone the game.
6-6?
6-6. It was a really good game.
Money's worth then.
But then, yeah, we were all kind of stuck. So it was like me, Max Kadar, Danny Aaron's his mum and dad, like Fuizzi, Bambino Becky. We were all like just stuck in this bit, and everyone, like, we decided to have a drink after and thought, like, let it die down. When I tell you, there was probably like 500 people outside just waiting. There was like police trying to get thingies open for people to leave. Like, so then we were like, fuck it, let's go a back way. I thought this is really smart. Went a back way.
And they're waiting.
I could see my Uber and he's going like, hurry up, like I'm in the middle of the road sort of thing, like the police trying to tell us to go wherever. So I thought, yeah, sweet. One person goes, oh, is that George Baggs? Next thing you know, like my shirt's getting pulled and people are putting their thingies and videoing me, and I'm walking around. Archie's like dragging me through the crowd.
When I go to Tesco every day.
Fuck off, mum. No, do you know what though? It was such a sick day. But like, I said to Archie, this is nuts, right? That happens to me, and I like, do you know, like, it's mental, isn't it? But like, then you see people like Danny Aaron's, that he gets that on like times 20. And then you see people like these American streamers who get it like times 50. Like, it's absolutely nuts. Like, this is Chunks and all people like that.
My generation wouldn't have a clue who most of these people are, but it's just, this is how it's
nuts,
going.
Isn't it? It's just crazy. But no, the day was really good, apart from the few little who ran on the pitch. Yeah, but other than that, no, it was a really good day. And the sun was out all day. It was lovely weather.
I know, yeah.
Really, really nice.
Yeah.
So that was my day. Also, the end of this week, Mum, do you know what's dropping?
Your pants?
My clothing line.
Oh, how do I know?
Well, why would it be my pants, you twat?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes. Sunday at, I think it's 7. Don't even know when it's dropping.
You're going to send me some merch?
It's not merch. It's like proper clothing shit.
Yeah?
It's not merch.
I got merch from Take That, and they gave me a t-shirt and I sleep in it every night.
It's not merch though. It's a clothing line. I'm bringing out Adore Chaos. It's a fully fledged clothing line.
Adore Chaos.
Money. Oh, fuck. Well, you're not getting anything now.
Adore Chavs.
Basically, Mum says this tattoo on my arm looks like Chavs. I don't think
and
it does.
And you just had a rug made like...
I think you're a hater. Talking of tattoos, what more do you want? You said about this the other day.
I don't care what you say. I'm having Dolly underneath Pat's little heart.
That's so ridiculous.
And here, underneath my butterfly, me and my nan, every time we said goodbye to each other, she'd go, be good. And if you can't be good, be careful. So I'm having that all the way down my arm there. I'm having Wham on the front and Take That on the back.
That's disgusting. Oh my God.
My bikini line, Wham, and on the back, Take That. There you go. That's what I'm having.
You're filth.
Your dad's having loads of like decks all over his hands.
What is wrong with you guys?
No, I've had big life crisis.
Yeah, you have. You've literally hit like.
You know when his dad keeps
60s.
looking at himself going, oh, I'm getting old now and I want all this. But Dad's got lovely hands. I have, and I've got like hands like witches.
Witchy poo.
So I can't have any tats on my hands. But yeah.
Fucking hell. And you say I'm bad.
I know. But I've got no other skin really that hasn't got any marks on it that I can find. So that's why I'm going to have to do...
There is other places than them bits.
That's what I mean.
Have one up
Bottom of
there.
my back bikini line.
You can have like a bit there.
I'm not having a tramp stamp.
Or like, what's it?
That's the one that all the girls have on the bottom of
I'm
you.
not saying you need a tramp stamp.
But why would you have a tattoo on your back that you can't see?
I've got one of you.
But you,
for you,
yeah,
didn't I?
because no one sees it.
I've got this one as well, me and Dad.
Yeah, well, why is mine on your other arm then? Your vagina.
Guys, I kind of miss Joe now, you know. I don't normally get this much stick. Anyway, I just want to touch on one more thing. It's been a long old catch-up. It's been quite nice, though.
Yes.
So it's been overdue, apparently.
Right.
Even I literally saw you like 2 days ago. Anyway, mother.
It's all about you, though, isn't it?
It is all about me. Fuck off. There was this thing I watched on Netflix, which was absolutely crazy. It was called... Oh, fuck, what was it called? It was about these TikTok dancers. Rosie, have you heard about this? It's nuts. These TikTok dancers in America that were all like dancers and this, that, and the other, and they blew up.
True
like,
story?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't like it. No. It's true.
Dancing for the Devil,
1 million TikTok cult.
Basically, what happened was that they were all dancers, whatever. They all kind of knew each other. They weren't really earning any money, whatever. But they blew up over lockdown, right? So their followers like 2 million, all this stuff. But they were, as I said, they weren't earning any money. Then there was this pastor.
Yeah, it says it's pastor.
Pastor. Basically, a man who owned a church or something like that, right?
Yeah.
His son was a videographer and started like videoing and whatever, right? They then became pally with them, and then they were like, and then he was just like, oh, like stay around mine, like have some food, blah blah blah, whatever. And then they introduced to the dad, and the dad was the pastor. I think I'm getting that right. Anyway.
Rosie's laughing.
Thanks, Rosie. Anyway, he ended up obviously thinking like, I could do something here. So he was like, come to church, like come for a service, like blah, blah, blah. He then started, basically, to cut a long story short, brainwashing them.
What are they doing a cult?
Yeah. So listen, and he was like, because he was like obviously one of the closest to God, right? So he was like, you need to die for yourself.
Oh, these are always the ones.
Which means you have to cut off everyone around you. So they started not texting their family and all that. Then he started being like, he clocked on. He was like, oh, you've got all these followers. I'll become a management company. So he started 7M Management. He then started taking all their money. It was 20% industry standard fee, which is fair, yeah. Then he was like, it's meant to be 10%. In the Bible, there's 10%. 10% for something, 10% for something, 10% for something else. So then they were giving him 50% of the money, right? Like all their deals. He'd be in church. There was literally clips and he was like, Isaiah or someone like that just earned 37,500 and everyone would clap.
And then he'd give it to him.
And then he'd say like hallelujah, and he was obviously earning like 20 grand out of that, right? Then in the end, he started taking all of their money. They'd never see their money. And the daughter would have access to all their bank accounts. And they were looking at their bank accounts and it was like 4,000 paid to a random credit card, blah, blah. Like this man was
basically he was just embezzling all their money.
He was taking all their money, everything like that. It's just really, really fucked up because how it's ended is a lot of them realised, oh, this is a cult. Basically, did
they get out?
Basically, a sister went on to thingy and was like, we've lost our sister to this cult, and did a live stream. And there was two sisters basically, and they were huge. And obviously one of them went in. And everyone was like, why aren't you filming videos? It's a bit like me and Joe going in there, right? And then Joe going in there, and then we go on a live stream and be like, this is why. And basically they sat there and they went, she's in a cult, she's been brainwashed. Everything went mental, news channels, New York Post got involved.
Why haven't I heard of this?
It's number one on Netflix. It's crazy.
Because I'm quite a news thingy, aren't I? Quite a news savvy.
But basically, a lot of them got out, but the sister stayed in and stuff like that. And then there's like recordings.
I've seen a clip of one of the pictures of the sister.
There's recordings in the church, and he's like, they're on to us sort of thing. He's like, whatever I told you before is a lie. And then like after everything goes, praise the Lord, like hallelujah, like he's so fucked up. And then he'll go like, you need to see your family now. Because he basically said before, cut them off. Now he's saying see them. But basically he told them every time you see them, record and act like it's all normal. So every time they see the sister, like they did it for Christmas, she's recording everyone, like acting like it's normal.
Maybe Joe's in a cult and that's why he comes home and he videos me all the time.
But anyway, it's honestly wild. But the guy, there's been lawsuits. There was people in the cult.
I actually do recall seeing a picture actually in one of the papers this week, and I didn't actually read the article, but it did say about a cult.
There was these two sisters. One of them was in.
How long does it go on for?
It's 3 hours. It's docuseries.
What, as long as his story?
That's so fucking good. There's so much to unpack. If you guys haven't watched it, you have to watch it. But basically, there was these sisters in there, XYZ. Anyway, it's fucked, and he's still walking free to this day. So, guys, let's move on to the next segment. This could this could end quite badly, this segment, actually. It's called the Bagg's Politics.
Oh.
It's a segment. We're going to pick a few topics and I'm just going to list off a few things and we can have a general...
You and I don't have we don't debate, we just argue.
Yeah.
Sorry, my jeans are undone, I've got to do them up. Right, there you go.
Right, anyway. So weird. Right, the first one is, should celebs stay out of politics? Should they use their platform to push narratives or influence people into...
George Michael was very, very in the forefront. He hated Blair and he hated George Bush.
But no, what I'm trying to say is that that's almost like opinions.
No, and he made a song about it called Shoot the Dog.
Okay, but no, hear me out, right? Isn't that more like opinions? I'm saying like political facts, like what's happening around the world right now is awful. Should people speak up?
But that's what he did. He went on about the Iraq war and all that. He was so against it. And and then when you got somebody who's got a following like that, of course they're going to listen to him. They might not take much notice, but they listen. So I don't know. If it's in a good way, yes. If it's in like a positive way.
I guess it's just how everyone looks at it, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone's got different opinions.
Yeah. I think, I hear it. It depends, doesn't it, really?
Are you going to vote on July the whatever it is?
I am.
Good.
And anyone
I was going to say...
anyone out there who has got like...
Please vote.
If you can vote, you're registered to vote. I think you should vote.
Yeah, because you need to... because then you can't moan if it all goes tits.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Have you say.
And suffragettes died for us to have the vote. Women's rights, women's votes.
Next one, mother.
Yes.
Should they bring back... should they bring back national service? I think personally with today's society and seeing all them 15, 16, 17, 18 year olds at that beta squad game yesterday, if we went to national service, we'd be fucked. Not gonna lie. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what I think? I think if you get to 16 and you're of that kind of situation where you don't want to go and do further education, and then you can't get an apprenticeship, I think there should be some kind of institute you can join for 2 years to teach you life skills and teach you.
But that's not really national service. National service is like the front line, isn't it?
I'm not, listen, years ago, that's what you did. You did national, but I think that is quite...
Also, though, I think it's just awful for it to even be like an option. Like the way like the world is going and stuff, like for it to be like, oh, we will introduce national service and like if something happened, we've got... I think that's just so bad, personally.
I mean, imagine what it was like in the war years ago when if your child was between 18 and 35, it was a man, it had to go to war.
Yeah.
I'd have broke your legs.
Thanks, Mum.
Or chop your hand off.
Oh, even better. Third one. Is Prince Harry a hypocrite?
Don't get me started. But in what degree? And what's the context? It just says,
is Prince Harry a hypocrite? I'm guessing with the whole royal family shenanigans.
No, and a lot of it as well, that they bang on about like, being eco-friendly and all this and about the world and what's it, what they call it?
Sustainable?
No, and then he jumps on a private jet. He's worried about the planet, carbon emissions and all that shit.
I know, but it's hard because things like that, you say David Attenborough, what you're telling me he's never jumped in a car in his life.
No, I'm not saying that.
He preaches about the world. Yeah,
you know my feelings on Prince Harry.
No, but that's what you're trying to say.
But what I'm trying to say
you're trying to scrutinise him.
But it's a hypocrite in what... That's what I mean. If there's a bit more context with that thingy, I could probably answer it a little bit better.
Just say, for example, the way he's treated the royal family.
Well,
basically, let's say, is he a hypocrite because he didn't want anything to do with the royal family, but he still wants to be protected?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous because he could have waited for years later to come out and do an interview, but he's done it while his entire family are alive. He wants us all to pay, us taxpayers to pay for him to have security to come over him.
Which I think is fair, though. He shouldn't have to wait until they're dead to then say something. I think that's nuts. Good on him.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but there are some people in that situation, and you're better off just keeping your mouth shut.
Oh, yeah, you. Anyway, should schools be open longer?
No.
No, I don't think they should.
No, because I used to just be waiting from 2:00 to come and pick you up from school.
It's not even that. School, like, I'm not going to lie. If you... Oh, you bastard. I think, hand on heart, school was the best years of my life. You didn't have any... No, listen, and when you're at school...
You could have told your face that at the time. You used to come in...
Yeah, exactly. At the time, you're like, fuck this, I've got to do GCSEs. But the thing is, right...
What, primary or senior school?
Senior. I'm talking about secondary school, right?
Oh.
The thing is, you go to primary school, and the worst thing in the world is SATs, isn't it?
Very stressful.
Then you do SATs, and then it's your your GCSEs. But then you leave that, then the biggest thing is your driving test. Then you do that, then it's getting your first proper job or going to college, whatever. Then once it's that, then all of a sudden you might be earning enough money to pay tax. Then it's, you move a couple of years forward, then you've got to buy a house. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is,
you don't realise
when you were actually at school, yeah, it is like the best time and easiest time of your life.
And it's the most stress-free. You haven't got to worry. Your mum and dad pay for everything.
Yeah.
Pick you up from school, take you wherever you want to go, feed you, clothe you.
Yeah, and also at school, what is not to love that you're literally with your mates all 6 hours a day? You get a half an hour break and then an hour, like an hour and a half to do whatever you want. You see your mates every day. You piss about.
You know what I hate about school? The toilets.
Yeah, no, obviously, like, but what I'm trying to say is that it is the best time of your life. I don't think it should be open longer because it does become long. Like when you're in the...
Can you imagine those kids whose parents work really hard and they've got to do the after school club or the breakfast club? Why would you want it to go on even longer? Those kids don't... And it's not through the parents' fault. They've got to earn the money.
Yeah, and a lot of people like sometimes have to travel into school. So, for example, school started finishing at 4 or 4:30, then it's
Do you know what I will say? And it really, really, really gets my...
Oh, we're getting political now.
Is the fact that you boys were always on time, right? You hardly had any time off of school. And I feel like they should reward children for doing that and then allowing you to maybe have a 3-day break so you don't get penalised and we wouldn't have got fined for it. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
When you first started school, you were allowed to have five days off and you were allowed that, right? Then as you boys got older, they stopped it. And I think... it was so expensive for us with 3 boys to take you away. I wasn't working, I was looking after you boys. I think there should be a scheme that good behaviour, like you get rewards for that at school. You might be able to pick one day when, listen, at the age you were at primary school, it's not going to really affect your overall GCSEs when you're 16.
The funniest thing in primary school is that like, around Christmas time from December onwards, all you do is fucking make Christmas cards at school and stuff. Anyway.
And I used to love that. There's nothing better for me than when you used to come home Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, Christmas, handmade cards.
This was only last week, guys.
Yep. I didn't say that. No, it was. I loved those times.
Fair enough. Right. The last one. Why do you think Ruth and Eamon Holmes broke up? If you know the real answer, maybe don't say it.
No, I don't know. But do you know what? I have watched Eamon and Ruth for years and years. I love him as a broadcaster, but I could imagine he might be, I'm not saying it's alleged, he might be quite a difficult man to live with because he's quite opinionated. Now, he's had a lot of health problems. Now, anyone who's been quite ill as he has for quite a long time, you know, we all know when you got a cold, you feel like rubbish, whatever. You know, people can be really grumpy. Maybe he's been, I don't know. I've got no idea. Maybe he's been like that. Ruth's had enough. But I'm really, really shocked when I read that headline because they seemed really happy together. But I think it wasn't great when they both got sacked from This Morning. And I don't know why, because I love them on there.
It's a lot to unpack, isn't it?
It is. And they've also got, you know, they've got a child together. He's got like his 3 children from his first wife. The whole family's broken up and I'd like them both, to be honest. I think Ruth is... quite a posh. I'd like to be like her, actually. She always knows what to say. She doesn't swear. Well, she does off camera. But
so we don't know why they split up.
No, we don't. I didn't say why, but I've got a feeling it's probably because he's ill health. He's also had a lot of few problems monetary-wise with tax. So it might be that.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, I read the newspapers and I listen and watch the news every single day.
Yeah, and get brainwashed. We won't start this.
Shut up, George.
By the way, Lisa Baggs reads The Sun.
No, I don't read it. It's on my phone. I've got The Sun online. You know why? Celebrity showbiz gossip. That's why. Because 9 out of 10, one of you pop up.
Blasphemy.
Why?
Blasphemy.
They've written some nice things about me and you.
No, I can't be bothered to get into it, guys. The next thing we want to play, we want to try this, right? Because I see this in YouTube videos and all sorts. I want to do
what now?
A spinning wheel of stories. You know where you get the wheel and you press it and it will randomly generate something.
Right, go on then.
So let me get my wheel. We're basically going to get a random topic on here.
What, and we've got to talk about it?
Yeah, and then we have to tell a story. So it's landed on football.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, like me growing up, like anything.
Oh, I've got a very funny story, actually.
What?
About you at football. And I literally, you know, I came to every single game, bar one, in all the years you played football. Yeah.
What game? What?
There was a game you played in and your team, I can't remember who you was playing for because you played for quite a few. You absolutely smashed it out of the park. You were the best player on them. And the coach from the other team walked up to George. He must have been about 8 or 9 and went,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, and went, do you know what, mate? You are a really good player. And do you know what my son said? Yeah, I know.
I looked him up and down and went, yeah, I know.
I was absolutely horrified. I went, I've told you to stay humble. And he went, and I said, I know, George, you know you're good. And he went,
I have got so many fucking stories of when I used to play football. One, dad's fighting. Do you remember?
oh no, that was you automatically went through to the final because
No.
because the ref was fighting with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, no, so that's another one. Right, do you not remember the one we done? And I still speak to him nowadays. Someone's dad and someone's dad round the pitch. We were on the same team. We're like 10, 11. They were going, you fucking...
Do you know what,
And then they started trying to meet each other. It's like a Sunday league.
You can't take the dog to the park on a Sunday morning. I can hear out of my bathroom window the swearing from the park. The dads are so aggressive.
Do you remember one of them as well? Like the geezer who was in goal for us. Lovely.
Yes.
Big him was Jay.
Yes.
And his dad was
come over and smacked him in the mouth because he let a load of goals in.
Yeah, his dad was a dickhead, but then Karma, he slipped over and broke his leg on the side of the pitch, didn't he? Do you remember? I kid you not. He hit our goalie and we were like, what the
all
fuck
of
are you
us
doing?
mums were just
It was honestly
horrified.
mental, like a lot to unpack here.
Do you know what it is? It's men trying to live out their football fantasies through their sons, and it's never going to happen.
But then, and then we were like, what the fuck are you doing? He went to like run away, didn't he, or something like that, and he slipped and broke his leg.
that is karma. That is karma.
Also, one more what Mum just said. Another one that vividly sticks out. We had this rivalry with this team, and it was mental. Like they were trying to sneak players in. You know, when you got the players' cards, everything like that. We were like, he's not 16. He was up here.
Oh God,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
We end up we're beating them 3-0. One of the dads from the other team goes up to the ref because they gave his kid a yellow or red and tried to smack him in the mouth. They called the game off. We automatically won. Then the dad was waiting for him in the car park and he had to escort out the ref.
That was a rough
I'm telling you,
game.
I was probably 15. I was probably 15, 16.
And then after that's when you suddenly went,
I don't think I can do this because I was down here and they were up here.
It's not even that. It's just like, it doesn't become fun when it starts to become aggressive. It was supposed to be a fun thing.
So many funny stories. I wish that I wish all them games back then was recorded.
Yeah.
Because it's just some of the funniest. I scored some weldies.
Do you know, I will say, and I know you're my son, I'm not trying to big you up, but one of the fellas come up to me, said to me, what your son has got, you can't teach that. He's so naturally gifted. But I was told when I was I went to the clairvoyant when I was about 18 and she said, you're going to have 3 children. One will be very creative, one will be into music, one will be
gay.
good at sport.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's the creative one.
Oh.
No, so she told me I'd have 3 sons, and she told me exactly. So, and I always wanted a sporty child.
Amen.
And you won
Amen.
district sports, sack race, egg race. Yeah, you did it. You won it all.
I've got the fucking
swimming.
medals.
You were great at tag rugby.
All right, that's enough now. We'll move on to the next one. I'm here all day though, guys. Thank you very much. What is the next one? Fancy dress. Oh, we've got some fucking stories as well. Fucking, where do we begin?
When you were dressed up as bald, I've got the picture on my phone.
Oh my God, yeah. So the ball chinian out of, I'll try and get Rosie a picture. You'll have to blur the balls. I got a ball chinian mask with actual balls, and we went to a fancy dress thing in St Ives, Cornwall. But like, I didn't realise it would get that much attention. Everyone was grabbing the mask, drunk, all that. But then also, do you not remember? I was allergic to the hair.
Oh yeah.
So I was taking the mask off, touching my eyes, and my face was swelling.
No, you was allergic to the latex.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, but anyway, that was a great thingy. We've told the story before, but Joe in the baby costume with the sticky sausages, and then him violently throwing up over after a whole bottle of Jack Daniels.
Oh, the best fancy dress was me going as Tina Turner, 100%.
Mum, Tina Turner.
Maybe we should get a picture on screen because that was amazing.
Me doing Mike Krasowski when I was like 8.
You still got that costume?
I used to dress up as Lewis Hamilton and walk around the front garden.
Because when we go to Cornwall at New Year, well, I know we haven't been for a few years now because you're grown up now, so we don't really need to go. But we always used to dress up, didn't we?
Yeah, we've got some stories.
And you look an idiot. I mean, do you remember when we went past that cafe and there was a bloke dressed up as a shark?
Oh yeah,
opposite a chicken.
Basically, in St Ives, every New Year's Eve they take it so seriously. There's a massive fancy dress party.
It's a party, basically.
like through the streets. It's an awesome like tradition, but. If you're even not dressed up, people will literally heckle you. Like people are,
you look ridiculous
this whole
if you
family
don't
are eating
dress
and
up,
people
to be
are up
honest.
against the window banging on it, like what you doing? But then there's also people in like really nice like Michelin style restaurants in like shark costumes.
We're talking like lovely restaurants dressed up as like a shark, and opposite is a chicken, or there was a salmon,
or like a
and
sausage.
then you'd walk past as they're eating and go, and like absolutely wet yourself laughing.
Anyway, I like this game. I like this game a lot.
What?
Biking. It's the next topic.
Oh, you know I can't bike.
Mum really can't bike.
No.
Do you remember Dad got you that dark red bike that we've still got?
No, I just...
Didn't you fall off that?
You know what it is? As I've got older, I'm more frightened of falling off things, you know, so I can't...
Of course, such a...
Although Denise wants me to go horse riding.
Of course, such a funny story about a bike. Do you remember at Pinewoods when I bought that bike and when I... Guys, we went to Pinewoods, right?
And we knew you'd be bored.
Yeah, and I was bored shit. This was on my own. Like Joe weren't there. I was like what? I need something.
I mean, it was only like last month.
I'm on my... It wasn't. This was fucking like 10 years ago, you twat. Anyway, I was riding my scooter and I was like, this is getting boring. But I used to like hone it round there and there was little bumps and whatever. But then I saw one and it had a bike for sale, like this dark...
I think the next caravan.
Yeah,
along.
like dark red bike, and it said like £10 for sale or something like that. So I run in, I was like, Dad, like they've got this bike, that'll be so fun. Dad ends up like back and forth, like he's in a negotiation with this guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, the guy's like, I want a tenner. Dad's like, it's
No,
all
you know what it is?
rusty, like,
He said, I ain't going to take it home with me.
Yeah, he's like,
It's almost on his last leg.
Like, blah, blah. Dad's like, I'll give you a £5 for it or something, right? So I gave him the £5.
I think he actually did pay a tenner.
Or he paid 10 or something like that, right?
I think you gave him a £5, but he did give a tenner.
So I've got this bike, right? And I'm ragging it about, and I'm like, this is fun. Like the wheels are a little bit flat. I'm pretty sure it was like pink or something, weren't it? Like it was, the bike was fucked, to be fair. The brakes didn't really work. And then I decided to change gear and try and go really fast. And as I did that, the chain just snapped. I went fucking over the handlebars. Bearing in mind, I'd had this bike literally 3 minutes, right? I come back, all cuts on my hand, mud in my face, the chain sagging off. And Mum and Dad were like, what's wrong? And I was like, the bike's broke. That was so
Yeah, and then
funny.
all Dad was worried about was the tenner he gave him, not the fact you was injured.
He went round there, didn't he?
I know.
It was so awkward, but yeah, I kid you not, I changed down a gear, went to put my thing in, like pedal really quick, it snapped, and I just went straight over the
I've got a
handlebars.
story about you and a bike. The fact that we paid £500 for that chopper for your birthday because you had to have one.
I literally used it
think you
once.
washed it, rode it twice, and then you said, I don't want it anymore and get rid of it.
So fucking funny. Let me do one more. I like this game. This game's fucking funny. It's nostalgic. Oh. The next one is food poisoning.
Oh, we don't want to talk about me because I'm always bloody ill.
What was that food poison I got?
Oh, no, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. I'm scarred. Like every time I eat chicken.
I think that was that chicken.
Every time I eat chicken now at Nando's now, I like shred it a bit. And look
was it
inside
KFC? It was KFC.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Me and Dad had an Indian. And I was...
That's what when Joe was really ill.
Absolutely.
You know what?
Fucked.
Since Joe had that episode all those years ago, it's got to be about 8 years ago when we was all away. Do you remember he was on the phone? Mum,
Yeah.
he had raw chicken in the Indian. His stomach has never, ever been right, ever.
I remember I was coughing and being sick, and then I was just shitting myself.
Oh, it's horrible though.
It's bad. You feel like you're going to die. I'm not even
the trouble
joking.
is with you, I know when you're not well, everyone... But you are a miserable sod when you, Mum, get out of my room. Oh, I said, I can't have this.
Because
I can't. No. You want to try pushing a baby out of your vagina?
I don't have
3
one.
times.
No, basically, I was on death's door. I couldn't even keep water down. Do you remember? No, Mum was coming in, right? Have this fizzy orange thing.
No,
you asked. It was coming up 10 minutes later.
You gave me a list. Go and get me some of them salts. Go and get me something to stop me busy. Went up the pharmacy and they just went, we can't give him anything apart from a bit like what they called... what's those salts I give you?
Smelling salts?
No, you know the...
Hydration tablets?
Yeah, the hydration tablets. He said, that's all you can have. Paracetamol, he said, keep sipping, whatever. But like, you want me to go and like perform surgery on you to stop everything happening? I can't.
No, I'd be really ill. I'd been up all night, and you come in and just open my curtains and open my windows.
It stunk. Your room stunk.
I'm basking in my own.
Yeah, but that's not. If you've got germs, I don't want them.
Oh.
It's my house.
Let's do one more.
Don't live there anymore.
I want to do one more. That was fun. It's gone on to camping, but we don't really camp. So let's do the next one. Beach clubs. Got any stories about beach clubs?
Not really, because I ain't been abroad for 5 years, so not really, no. Of course you have, because you've been to Dubai, Wales, you've been Greece.
Have I got any stories about beach clubs, though? Don't really know.
Oh, do you know what I miss when you go on holiday? When you go and you have a little toaster mister.
A what?
Toaster mister.
That's a ham and cheese sandwich.
When they toast it in the proper toaster in Portugal.
Don't act like you're bilingual. Just call it fucking ham and cheese sandwich.
Don't you remember that when Dad got out of that taxi when he was in Portugal?
Yeah, went toaster mister.
The cab driver, hey, toaster mister, and the bloke just absolutely collapsed over the wheel. He went, ah! Yeah. Beach club? No, I don't do beach clubs.
No.
Don't drive beefer. Beefer.
You and Denise in Ibiza would be
she's just come back.
mental. Yeah.
She's had 2 days out there. Oh no, I'm not allowed to go. Dad said I'm not allowed.
Yeah, it's a bit feral, Mum. Right, so after that segment has done, what are we saying, Mum? Should we end it there?
Well, I need a wee, yeah, so we need to go have a wee break. But there's not really much else, because to be honest, it's been quite quiet.
It's been nice to have a catch-up, though, I can't lie. And also...
Oh, so I've got to come into the studio to have a catch-up with my own son, yeah? Yeah, obviously.
Also...
And then I get a phone call this morning saying I don't know what detergent is. And he's in
I need to go buy that. I bought the wrong thing.
I knew you would.
No. I didn't need detergent. I needed fucking fabric conditioner. Anyway, guys, growing up is a scam. I spent £10.25 on some Persil.
Right, we need to do a YouTube video of me teaching you the basics.
I can't. Oh, well, Lauren's gone back to her mum's.
Oh, why's that then? She left you already?
No, she's gone back to see her mum. She hasn't seen her for 6 months, you minge. Anyway, I've got to try and cook myself a pasta tonight.
Oh, well, don't do what you did on Friday. You didn't even have to stir it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be fucked, basically. I've got to try and cook a stir and sauce pasta later.
Why don't you just get the pasta that's fresh and it just rises to the top? 3 minutes.
That's why I got some fusilli.
No, you want the stuff with spinach and ricotta or parma ham and...
Filth.
You could have come home with me, so I'd have cooked you something.
No, because I was meant to be going to somewhere, and then basically, guys, today's been a shit show, but we're here.
Yeah, we're vibing. So we've had a bit of both.
We're vibing. Today's been a... But I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. I've really enjoyed it, even though I miss Joe. It is not.
I've missed
refreshing.
Joe. I love you. Come home soon.
But also it's refreshing to have just me and you, isn't it? It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It just seems a bit eerily quiet.
It does, but also it's been hard to get a word in edgeways with you.
Yeah, do you know why? I'm sorry. I know I sound like I've got verbal diarrhea today, but the thing is, when Joe's here, I go, and then I can't, or we talk over each other. So it's actually been all for me today.
On that note, thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
If you are watching on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Drop a comment. I don't know. Tell us what you think of Dad's pants.
Or could you also let us know if there's any other particular guests you'd like us to have on?
Exactly.
I think that'd be with Love Island coming up and new series of maths. Or is there any other TV programmes you'd...
Love that. Mum, what do they do if they're listening on Spotify?
They rate us 5 stars.
They do indeed.
And they also listen on Apple Podcasts.
She's getting good at this. She's getting good at this.
Yay, I got it right.
She's getting good, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.